today I'll be reacting to NF's song Wake Up, which was another tasty treat. Nom 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 nom. And as always, yes, I am a therapist, but first and foremost, I am just a human. I am just Keilani, giving you a reaction from my heart, some of my lived experience, and I hope things that also resonate with you. So let me know in the comments if you felt a connection to those lyrics as well, and if any of my story that I sprinkled in feels like it's a bit of your story too. It warms my heart to feel those connections, and it fuels me to just continue coming back to the studio with James. If you would like to see more of our content, I really invite you to start listening or watching our podcast, Delightfully Dysfunctional, where we dive into a range of mental health topics and really give you all of the vulnerability and honesty we can with a dose of dysfunction, because none of us are perfect. Thank you so much for joining us, and if you haven't yet done so, please like, subscribe, and share. It would mean the world to us. Okay.
You spend your life in a dream that you can't escape, 'cause you live your life in a coma, you never awake. If you'd open your eyes, then maybe you'd see what's at stake. You're sleeping. You're sleeping. You make a lot of money and you live in a mansion and pretty much got everything that you could ever imagine, but you feel like even though you got everything in the world, you got nothing. So what you do then is you start going backwards. You run in a direction and you looking for something that isn't real. No, you know is that you just gotta have it. What you doing is sleeping and thinking that you're awakening and not, and the problem is that you don't know what you're after. So you put everything that you have into what you do, hoping that one day maybe you don't have to feel like you're empty. But as you get older, a lot of weight on your shoulders is getting heavy. Then you look back and you start to regret things. You only get one life, and every time you look into yours, you feel like everything you have is a waste. And the problem and the reason you can never feel a hole in your life is because you were never awake.
It's like hard to find a spot to pause because it's all been like it's been really good, and I'm actually like having a bit of like a personal moment as I watched this and listened to this. I think so many people are asleep, and I've been asleep. I feel fully alive in this moment, and I'm so grateful. But there's an aching sadness that I have as I see and I remember what it was like to be sleepwalking. And I know so many of you know that feeling too, or to see the people around you in your life who are still sleepwalking. And what I mean by that is like, we numb ourselves all the time in ways that we do not realize, in ways that are so normalized, in ways that are prized and prioritized and put on a pedestal in our culture, and it's sick. We live in a sick and toxic culture. We live in a sick and toxic culture, and we can't escape that. And yet we're urged to wake up and to live. We numb through materialism and the things that we purchase and keeping up with the Joneses and having the mansion and the items, just like he's saying. We numb through brands. We numb through name brands as a way to find tribe and connection with people, because we are so starving that is all we have. Through things that don't matter. We have so many goals that are not about fully living. They're all about fully numbing. I'm still in the process of fully waking up, if I'm so completely and vulnerably honest with you. But my relationship with that journey is so different than it once was, because it used to terrify me, because I was aware I was sleepwalking. But how do you envision a version of you that's never been alive before? How do you form a path that leads, doesn't lead, that's just a jungle? That's wild and unknown, and it scares us. But what I would tell my students when I was an elementary school counselor is that anxiety and fear and excitement are two sides of the same coin. Before a roller coaster, there's anxiety and excitement. Before a performance, there's anxiety and excitement. Before we hit record, every time we do a podcast or a reaction, I feel anxiety and excitement. And we have the ability to flip that coin and try to fully embody more, just a little bit more, that excitement. What if I did fully live? What if? What would you do if you were fully living? Humans want certainty. So that question might scare you, as it did me. And I think that this song from NF thus far is just shining that mirror so directly on this process of this phase of the process and what's at risk. It reminds me of our last week's podcast episode where we talked about the regrets of the dying. When they've run out of time, what a loss, an unlived life. I want to speak directly to some of his lyrics too. You never live your life in a coma. You're never awake. If you'd open your eyes, then maybe you'd see what's at stake. But if your eyes are glued shut and the glue that you keep pasting on is, goals and aspirations and behavior and things that are really about ego, proving yourself to who? I don't know, someone? Yourself, that you're worthy in ways that will always feel empty. It gives a momentary relief with every grand purchase. And I'm using materialism because it's an easy example for us to play around with. It does not, and it will never soothe the aching pain of not fully living. So I get that fear, delightful human. And I urge you to lean, even if it's 1%, even if it's 0.5%, you can start small. Lean a little bit into what it means to fully live your life, to fully love others, to fully love yourself. I speak as a delightfully dysfunctional human, meaning I am a work in progress. But now when I look at the path, it is illuminated because I've started to take those steps. I'm well on my way and it feels so good. And there will never be a moment that I've arrived, and that feels exciting to me. When I notice a new area that I need to develop, I'm like, yay. In what way do I get to create and unfold and learn who that next version of me is? You have so many delights awaiting you, but you will never find them sleepwalking.
You spend your life in a dream that you can't escape. 'Cause you live your life in a coma, you're never awake. But feel like you never got up and go to work, and you feeling like you ain't got a purpose. And you trying to get motivated, but everything you do turns into a mess, like you ain't nothing but worthless. And yo, you look around, a lot of these other people you looking at, to you describe as perfect. So you point a finger at God and tell him to do his job and fix your life up, cause nothing is working. And you would try to hide it and make it seem like it's nothing but really.
When you point a finger of God, I want to speak to that. I also have the lyrics pulled up because, like I said, sometimes he's too fast for my brain. I can't find it, but you know the part I'm talking about. Like, you're pointing the finger at God. There've been, right? Like, everyone has done this. To God, to the universe, to spirit, to the divine, to whatever you want to call him. But that's what I'm hearing here. It's like we're pointing the finger in the wrong place. We're saying, allow me to keep sleepwalking. Allow me to continue down this destructive path of numbing, of self-soothing, of not letting myself fully embody and feel, of not letting myself fully love the people around me. Allow me to stay unhealed and to still feel good about myself or healthy. Allow me to treat others the way I've always treated them, poorly, and to still feel love from them. My dear, we're asking the wrong questions. So we're not going to get the answers that we want. You have everything you need.
We try to hide it and make it seem like it's nothing, but really you feel like everything is crashing around you. And you developed a problem in trusting in other people, which later became an issue that would mentally pound you. You only get one life, but every time you look into yours, you feel like all you ever see are mistakes. And the problem and the reason you can never move forward in life is because you were never awake. Wake up. You spend your life in a dream that you can't escape. 'Cause you live your life in a coma, you never awake.
I didn't probably comment enough quite yet on the actual music video, and there were moments when my eyes were closed, but I also, like, it allows me to just feel it more deeply, and you know that's what I'm here for. To really, like, I want to hear those lyrics. I want to feel them. I want to feel it in my body, and I felt this aching stir in my chest, this unsettled feeling that I think why I needed to take a pause at the moment is because it's like a feeling that I don't want to come back to. There's a part of me that doesn't want to remember it. Like, get out of the way. It's uncomfortable. Cringy feeling a little bit. And like at the same time, it's really good for me to say thank you to that version of me. And to say, and to honor every past version of me. And for you to practice and do the same. We are in a constant journey and a constant path of being like death and being reborn. We really are. The ending, like it feels like such. It's so crazy that this is the music video this week, since last week's episode was about the regrets of the dying. And here you see these characters that he showcased in the video, like, age, and it's showing that wasted life. Like you only get so much time here on this earth, and we don't know how much time that is. It was showing all these things that were going wrong for these people, and there was probably a weird moment where I had like a slight smirk. I'm not sure if it showed or if I like caught myself, but it's because I wanted to tell a story that happened a couple days ago, and it's kind of funny. Because I woke up, I hadn't gotten great sleep, and I was putting my daughter through the paces, and I've been adopting some new habits that feel really good, like starting the morning with a little dance party with her, and like that was fun. Like that gave me energy, and I was like, all right, like it's gonna be a good morning. It feels good. We got this, baby girl. Like we're gonna go through our routines. We're gonna have fun. It's gonna be good. And then she pooped all over the tub. It was everywhere. And I giggled and had to realize, like, I would have reacted so differently even like a few months ago. Like the combination of not sleeping well is just, it's not a great look on me. And it would have just felt like a defeat, like, another thing. And she would have felt my frustration. And that's so sad because her little bodies need to go poo-poo. I didn't feel any. I was like, laughed and like, all right, well, on to the next step. Gonna like timeline shifted. That's okay. And like, all right, where's the bleach? And just carried on. And there was not, I didn't carry the weight. I didn't let the weight come with me into session when I started seeing my clients yesterday. It was a different way of responding, of reacting, of feeling, of processing. It was all different. And it was cool to reflect on that. Because there have been plenty of times when a bad day started with like poop in the tub as a metaphor. And it colored my outlook on the rest of the day where I saw the next thing that went wrong. And I know that that's something that others have felt too. I'm saying that as a human. First and foremost, I'm responding here to all these videos as Keilani the human. Like, okay, I'm a therapist, but like that's not the most important thing about me at all. I want to know, do any of you resonate with my poop in the tub story? How do you feel when there's some poop in your tub? Can you bounce back? Have you found that bounce yet? And if you haven't, that's okay. I see you. This video was profound. It was well done. It told a story, and I think it's hitting for me because sometimes it's a constant. Sometimes that waking up has to happen more than once. I think that's part of this process too, and to accept that. It's like in addiction, like we have to accept that there's moments of relapse, and that's part of the process too. So I feel like recently I got to have another wake-up call, and it feels so juicy to be back among the living. And so many of you have helped me in that. So thank you. Thank you for joining this journey. Thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable. Not that I wasn't allowing it myself. That's what I'm all about. But like, it hits different when you get to feel seen by others. It hits different when they feel what you're feeling. It feels so good to make those connections with you. Thank you so much, delightful humans. Please check out our other content so that we can stay connected. Have a beautiful day. I hope there's no poop in your tub.